The really big question is, why is the GOP in Connecticut maintaining that the elections are not connected to the internet? Why is that so? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they're the ones who designed the system in 2004. They don't control it anymore, but they're completely aware about the Albert sensors because there's lots of data on it. So why does the CIS exist, Center for Internet Security? And what is the association all about? If it's not connected to the internet, why did they accept a $5 million grant, the state of Connecticut, for CIS? Well, I'll tell you. The modems after the memory card is inserted, why are they covering up the cast vote record? Why are they covering up the other types of audit? What is this about the destination IP address? What is the source port for? What is the destination port for? What is the traffic all about? Why is it being sent to Spain? I'll tell you why. Because both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party are in on it, which makes no sense at all. So why does the Department of Homeland Security set up the DMV in Connecticut to make fake voters so they can put them in a bucket and scoop them out when the algorithm determines who wins the race to fill the gaps needed on the voting? It's all right here. It's all in plain sight. And it's going to be brought up at the Connecticut election fraud case, which we are currently writing our appeal. The brief is done. We filed it. Now Connecticut is saying they were never properly served. Hold on a second. You had 30 days to claim that, and it's a year and a half old. It's going on 2 years. So, what's happening now is they'll lie. The lawyer for Connecticut is lying about everything, folks, okay? Ted Bromley was fired. He's the director of elections. They never told the 8 judges involved in this case so far. DiPentima, Brief, and Alford have a habeas corpus against them for election fraud treason. Yeah. What's the point? The 5G case in Connecticut started with Richard Blumenthal. We added U.S. Senator Murphy, who is Department of Homeland Security CISA head. The CIS, right here, right here, is the Albert sensor, claiming it's to protect us against Russian and Chinese influence, when in fact Republican James Comey, Republican from Connecticut James Comey in the Uniparty, deciding who runs, who gets on the ballot, and who wins, sold Hammer Scorecard to China so that Chris Murphy, right here, our U.S. Senator, could run Department of Homeland Security as Senate Subcommittee Chair, as I said, and choose whatever candidates they want, control whatever candidates they want. The reason why every single registrar and town clerk in the state of Connecticut refused to validate my signatures, all 57,962, is because they can't control me. Do you get it? So the Uniparty, the Democrats give Ben Proto enough rope to hang himself, the chairman of the GOP. So what is actually happening, folks? Why are all the candidates running for Secretary of State maintaining that the internet has nothing to do with Connecticut's election? Tell me why. And how Connecticut hacked 20 other states. Danbury hacked Pennsylvania. Fact. Look at the IP addresses. Look at how they did it, when they did it, why they did it. Look at all the other states. What's interesting is Arizona. Okay? What's interesting is Colorado. Gartner Group and Tyler Technologies. Tyler Technologies hacked Maricopa County, folks. Tyler Technologies has an interface with HAVA, the Help America Vote Act, which is part now of H.R. 1, S.R. 1, which Himes, DeLauro, Hayes, Courtney, and Larson support. Same-day voter registration, creating of the fictitious voter through the Department of Motor Vehicle, through AAA, through the Health and Human Services Department of Connecticut. They set up the fake voter, use the identity, and then destroy it after the fact. Why does 50% of Bridgeport's voter list contain dead people? Why are there 223-year-old voters active in Connecticut? And I'm telling you, there are 10,000 people over the age of 110 voting in Connecticut. How did 50 inmates in a maximum security prison vote in person? How did absentee ballots get signed and put in a drop box for prisoners in a maximum security prison? How did the same woman vote 17 times in 17 states? Because Chris Murphy set up the ability to clone voters in every state that is connected through Eric. Eric gets paid by all these states to falsify voter histories. It's my testimony. Have a great day. Albert sensors are the key to the election fraud by the Uniparty in Connecticut, who is largely communist. Largely communist. Blumenthal, Murphy, Himes, DeLauro, Hayes, Courtney, and Larson were endorsed by the Communist Party, Working Families Party, other communist organizations. They are the One World Order Party. Do you understand? One World Order. Albert. Seidel. Hamburg, Germany. Barcelona, Spain. Iran. Iran is influencing the Connecticut election, and Blumenthal wrote the Iran deal, bribing terrorists so they don't blow us up. They just gave them $6 billion. Iran said, "Thank you very much. We're going to use the money as we see fit." Unbelievable.